Every year, the Notting Hill Carnival shows us that there's something rotten at the heart of British society. 2 million revellers, over 2 million revellers, attend the event in Notting Hill over 2 days, and this year we saw 308 arrests, about 8 stabbings and 75 assaults against our hard-working police officers. This level of crime is totally unacceptable, and those young black men who are perpetrators of this crime, these crimes against society, are enemies to the black community. You do more harm to British race relations than any white person ever has, and you should be ashamed of yourselves. But we must also put the crime that we see at Notting Hill Carnival into context. 2 million people attend the carnival over 2 days. 308 arrests, 8 stabbings and 75 assaults to police officers out of a population of 2 million over 2 days is not that dissimilar to the levels of crime that we see in cities like Liverpool, which saw 7 stabbings over the space of 48 hours, or indeed festivals like Reading and Leeds, which similarly saw tens of arrests per 100,000 people over the space of the Reading and Leeds festival weekends. It is clear to me that some of the critics of Carnival are doing so from a place of racism, and I very much look forward to your comments on Twitter in response to this monologue. But those who say that the level of crime and public disorder at Carnival isn't a problem are wrong too. These levels of crime are simply unsustainable. They're also unsustainable in London, which has become a hotbed of crime under London Mayor Sadiq Khan, and it's time to vote him out. But I will say that as a black British person and part of the black British community, if we want people to stop criticising Carnival, if we want people to stop criticising black people, we might consider not committing the crime in the first place and being less tolerant of crime within our own community. The vast majority of revellers at the Notting Hill Carnival last weekend were law-abiding citizens celebrating the last weekend of summer. And it's a shame that a small but significant minority of people ruined that. Quite a nuanced argument, I think, there, Lizzie. You don't strike me as a Notting Hill Carnival-going gal. Maybe I'm wrong. But what do you think about the crime that we see at Carnival versus the number of people that attend the Carnival?
Well, it was Notting Hill carnage to me, and actually I have many close friends that actually live in Notting Hill, and they are sick of it. Obviously, you don't live there, Albie, but if you were to, you wouldn't like it. It's awful. The whole front of their garden is urinated on. There's rubbish. There's all sorts going outside their front door with no respect, no care, and it's time it stopped. This is a neighbourhood, and the people that live actually in Notting Hill don't actually want it, because not everyone in the carnival, there's many having a great time, but for having 8 stabbings, for me, 308 arrests, there were sexual offences, drugs, all sorts going on. No, Albie, it's wrong and it's not fair on the neighbourhood. And you're obviously, if you lived there, you probably wouldn't like it either.
Can you move to Notting Hill and be upset about the Notting Hill Carnival? I mean, this carnival's been going on since 1996. Isn't it a bit unreasonable to move to Notting Hill after the carnival has started and then start complaining about it, Darren?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't know the extent to which it does completely change things, and that, you know, that people deciding to have a wee in your garden maybe wouldn't be expected. And worse. Yes, and worse. I won't go into all of that.
Defecation.
If you're having your tea, I do apologise. But what I would say is that watching the scenes, you know, the scenes that we've just seen for radio listeners on screen there, look lovely. Everyone's getting on very canny and it's going very well. But the scenes that I've seen, where you've got people popping parts of their body into police officers, you've got people climbing bridges and gyrating themselves across them, I think it's grotesque.
Right, in front of children.
I have been to the carnival several times. I think we can get a graphic up of a graph that the Times did of actually the level of crime at Carnival versus the level of crime at other events in the United Kingdom, whether or not that is Glastonbury, whether or not that's
different crimes,
Reading Festival, whether or not that is the men's Euro final in 2020, Emily. Do you think that the carnival is reported fairly by the media when actually the level of crime is comparable to other big popular events in the UK, yet all of the footage that we see is mostly of people defecating or having arguments with people brandishing knives, when the majority of the 2 million revellers are just there having a good time?
Yeah, I think it's a difficult one because I have seen some disgustingly racist tweets, comments out there about the carnival and picking snapshots of, you know, a couple of people behaving extremely badly or disgustingly, really, in my view, and then, you know, saying that that's representative of the entire carnival. I think Lizzie's also right that if you lived in that area and you had to box up your house and you were scared that you might be robbed or graffitied or whatever, you might have a different view. I think that is certainly true. And I also think it's not really... It's such a concentrated area that the fact that there were 8 stabbings just in that area is quite extreme. You don't get the same number of stabbings, and they can be fatal. It's very different from, you know, someone being caught giving a bit of weed to their friend or, you know, whatever else might happen at another festival. That's not to say that we should cancel Notting Hill. I think maybe there's an argument to make it a ticketed event and make sure people are going through security more often, because someone wielding a machete, he looked about 16 years old. I don't know how old he was, but it's pretty shocking. And that ruins it for everyone.
And Albie, can't compare Glastonbury
Benjamin, what's
to
the
a
solution
neighbourhood.
here? I want to hear your point of view.
Very
on this.
briefly.
I mean, look, I think a lot of this is judgmental. I see lots of tweets about Pride, and they'll say, oh, there is this appallingly scantily clad person. Well, I've never seen them at Pride. I suspect Notting Hill's a lot more family-friendly than choice tweets.
Never seen a scantily clad person at Pride.
Please.
Well,
I've seen you there in your knickers.
I'm fully covered.
I've seen you there in your budgie smugglers.
Also, though, I don't recall seeing Benjamin with a machete when on the Pride, but...